I watched my coworker get blamed for something I did and I didn't say anything. When I started my job at Bellevue, Julia Winters was my mentor. She taught me everything: how to format market proposals, which clients needed more attention, but most importantly, how to take credit for other people's work. She told me that that was the only way to get ahead. I learned that lesson when my market analysis ended up in her portfolio and she got a promotion for my hard work. When I confronted her about it, she just shrugged and said that was the way of life. I let it go, but kept an eye on her after that. It wasn't just me she stole work from. Other coworkers would complain about how she shouldn't have the promotion she earned. They said it should have been me. I was the one who came up with that analysis after all. But there was nothing I could do about it now. Julia continued taking credit for other people's work, and I continued to learn from her. But then one day, the big boss came down to our floor and stood in the conference room. "Who sent the Kentworth proposal to the wrong client?" he asked sharply. I froze and glanced at Julia, who instantly paled. I was the one who submitted that, right before the deadline at midnight when I was running on 2 hours of sleep, exhausted. I had attached the wrong file, but I also knew that it was Julia's project. She delegated it to me, telling me to do the work that she would take credit for. Now, as I looked at Julia, I couldn't help feeling a little triumph. Karma. The meeting room went silent before erupting into tons of whispers. Red started creeping up Julia's neck to her cheeks, and she shot me a discreet look as if she was waiting for something. When I didn't say a word, she almost looked disappointed as she turned her attention back to the big boss. He was getting angry, asking again who did it. Julia couldn't admit the truth without telling him she turned the project over to a junior associate. She was screwed. I expected to feel some kind of guilt, but instead I started thinking about the past 2 years and all the projects she took credit for. All the praise she received when it was supposed to be my praise. The promotion she got that was supposed to go to me. Anger filled me and I clamped my lips shut, refusing to blurt out the truth to the boss. He asked Julia to stay after the meeting and dismissed the rest of us. Finally, Gemma, another coworker, muttered as we left the room. I went back to my desk feeling lighter than I have since starting the job. A little while later, as I was about to leave the building for lunch, I overheard Julia's voice in the stairwell. I paused, knowing I shouldn't eavesdrop, but her voice was strained. "I know," she said in a frustrated tone. "I'm sorry. I can't pay this month because of personal issues. Can we work out a payment plan? My mom needs this treatment. Please." I continued down the stairs until I burst out of the building with a sigh. Suddenly, I didn't feel too good about my triumph. After lunch, as I was returning to work, I spotted Julia in the parking lot loading a box into the trunk of her car. After a moment of hesitation, I strolled over to her. "Julia," I said quietly. She turned to face me with a raised eyebrow. "I'm so sorry. I was the one who turned in the Kentworth file." Julia stared at me for a moment before nodding and slamming her trunk shut. "I know," she finally said. "I saw your submission." My jaw dropped in surprise. "Then why didn't you say anything?" I demanded. She shrugged. "It wouldn't have made a difference," she answered. "I've been cutting corners for the longest time. It's about time it catches up to me. Besides, if I said anything, you would be without a job too. This way, only one of us loses our job." I took a step forward. "I would have said something," I said earnestly. "Eventually." She laughed coldly. "But you didn't," she said with another shrug. "And now it doesn't matter." She brushed by me, got in her car, and drove away while I stood there in shock. That was it. There was nothing else. Weeks later, I heard from a coworker that Julia got a job at a smaller firm. Less pay, more hours, karma, but I didn't feel too good about it. I got Julia's promotion a few days later, and I told myself I would be better. I would treat the clients with respect and make sure my coworkers got acknowledged for their hard work.